It's such a thrill to be here. It really is. It's actually the first time I've actually been to a guitar factory, and it's a pretty amazing experience. To be here at the Fender Custom Shop is a real thrill. Well, this is just absolutely amazing. I wasn't prepared for this. I don't know whether you were. No, I wasn't. I mean, I knew it was going to be really detailed, but to actually see the old machines out of this world, it's too much.
Yeah.
Gosh. Sorry, I just... Do you mind if I just have a look at that poster? Oh, wow. There's Alvino Ray. I was telling you about Alvino Ray. Oh, Arthur Smith, Guitar Boogie.
I love that. This is cool, I think, I suppose.
Well, I was part of a whole generation of people who were seduced by the sounds of rock and roll through their radios, you know, and they heard this wild music, and whether it was a sort of the Little Richard, you know, sort of big band stuff, but certainly the aspect of what was coming from the more rockabilly side of it. So the sort of Elvis Presley and Bill Black and Scotty Moore, that sort of nucleus. The rock and roll trio is just something that was like a seminal event to hear something like that. There weren't many guitarists in the area at that point. You'd hear of other guitarists and meet other guitarists, but nobody was in a really close proximity to you. But there was an art college at Epsom. Jeff Beck's sister was attending that art college. There was a record collector who collected rock and roll and rockabilly records. But there was an art college at Epsom. Jeff Beck's sister was attending that art college. There was a record collector who collected rock and roll and rockabilly records. And they were having a conversation, and she said, my brother's really weird, you know, he plays records, and he's sort of trying to learn guitar from them, but he's only got a homemade guitar. And he said, well, we've got one of those here, you know, who lives in Epsom. Well, I think they cooked it up. Maybe we should get these two together. And there was a knock on the door, and there was Jeff's sister, and there was Jeff holding his homemade guitar, and we just bonded immediately. But curiously enough, I get sort of headhunted to play on sessions, and it was a very sort of very interesting sort of time, really, because I would go into the session lineup with these guys who were considerably older than I was. I mean, a good 7 years older would be the youngest one. Okay, so I was a studio musician.